Come on. Is it that some people don't have shame again? I don't understand what is happening with these guys that refuse to allow this man to rest. Allen Onyema is a good man. You know, you by their fruit you shall know them. I know what this man has been doing in terms of aviation, in terms of helping his fellow country people when they are in trouble. That he discovered a route that is fetching him money or a viable route. What is the problem with that? They did not allow this man to rest since he discovered Lagos-London route. After he battled with them, and I'm not sure the battle is over, now they have now switched over to forfeiture US case that's going to forfeit $14 million that US government seeks forfeiture of Allen Onyema's $14 million assets, $14 million assets in amended fraud case. Even if this man is guilty of one or two things, let's assume, of which I know that they are just following him up. Let's assume that he's guilty in some few things. But bringing this issue now that this issue of London-Lagos route has been hot, that he discovered this route, means that they are still following him. I don't know if you get my point. Oh, that's something that happened how many years ago? So it's now that they are bringing it out. That so and so thing happened so and so time. What a cheap politics. Because this man is an Igbo man. And because probably the country is not backing him up, that is why all these things are happening like this. Earlier on, I presented the issue when they were fighting him in London route. That earlier time, their countries were backing those airlines in London. They were by other countries that have interest in Lagos, that have been benefiting, that have been perpetual beneficiary of the Lagos London route. Their countries are backing them up, knowing that that route is a viable route. But since this man, Allen Onyema, decided to go into this route, this man has never rested. And trust him, he's an Igbo man. He will not rest. He's not going to, let go. Let's see how it's going to end. Even though it's not going to be easy for him, but he's already winning the case. Because once you are a good man, you will come out clean. That one I know. I'm sure of that one. This man carries everything that concerns Nigeria in his head when it comes to people that are being stranded. Whenever, disaster strikes or in other countries, he goes to bring people home without collecting faden, 1 naira. What has he done? Because he discovered a viable route for his people and he crashed the price. That is the only offense he committed. Now they are bringing out everything that has happened in the past, whether true or not. But I will not conclude. Let's wait and see, because the court will decide. Even though we know what happens in the court these days, he is not, going by what is happening in the court. You cannot, trust courts. But let me read what the recent issue concerning Onyema, the cases they charge him, the count charges that they gave him. Now the title is Airpeace. U.S. government seeks forfeiture of Allen Onyema's $14 million assets in amended fraud case. It goes like this. United States government has asked a U.S. District Court, Northern District of Georgia, to approve the forfeiture of approximately $14 million in assets from Allen Ifechukwu Athan Onyema, the CEO of Airpeace, following a recent superseding indictment. This is contained in an indictment which Nairametrics, we are bringing it from Nairametrics, obtained for confirmation, outlined serious allegations of fraud and money laundering against Onyema and his associates Ejirogene, Egaga, who is the Chief of Administration and Finance at Airpeace. You see, those money that we have been taking from Nigeria, from Africa, lodged in their bank, what cases have they brought against the people that, lodged those money? How many cases, what cases have they brought against them? Is anybody above the law? Well, that's a very big question mark. Let's continue. The indictment includes multiple counts against the defendant. Count 1 alleges conspiracy to commit bank fraud, while count 2 through 4 detailed instance of bank fraud. Count 5 pertains to conspiracy to commit credit application fraud, followed by count 6 through 8 for credit application fraud. Additionally, count 9 through 35 address charges to money laundering. If convicted of the offenses outlined in count 1 through 5, the defendant will be required to forfeit any property derived from the alleged criminal activities, including significant sums held in bank accounts tied to their businesses. Wonderful, very interesting. You see what I'm saying? This man have not rested since he discovered that route, and they are not letting him go. But he should not be afraid of anybody. You see this hand, once your hands are very clean, he's going to come out clean. Nothing will happen to him. Nothing will happen to any of his property. Let's finish it up. Then what you should know about this. Then Nairametrics recently reported that the US government indicted Allen Onyema, CEO of Airpeace, on charges of obstruction of justice. That Allen Onyema is obstructing justice. Okay. Onyema was said have allegedly submitted false documents to hinder a federal investigation into bank fraud and money laundering alongside Ejirogene, the airline chief of administration and finance. The U.S. Attorney's Office claimed that Onyema and Egara used fraudulent export letter of credit to transfer over $20 million into U.S. bank account between 2016 and 2018. After 2018, 2019 passed, 2020 passed, 2021. So he's now in 2024. After they started fighting him because of the route he discovered, that they know that this thing happened in 2016 and 2018. Well, one with God is majority. Intended for purchasing 5 Boeing 737 aircrafts. Investigation revealed that the documentation was falsified and that Springfield Aviation, owned by Onyema, had no legitimate role in aviation transactions. Following the initial charges, the indictment states that Onyema and Egara instructed a manager at Springfield Aviation to sign a backdated contract, which was then submitted to U.S. authorities to obstruct the investigation and unfreeze bank accounts. U.S. Attorney Ryan K. Buchanan emphasized that Onyema used his airline as a cover for fraud and attempted to impede the investigation. In response to the obstruction of justice indictment against Allen Onyema and Ejirogene, Airpeace Limited acknowledged that the charges are part of an extended legal process related to previous financial misconduct allegation. The airline emphasized that both executives remain innocent until proven guilty and assured the public that ongoing legal proceedings will not impact the safety or daily operation of the airline. The burden of proof lies with the U.S. government to establish the charges beyond a reasonable doubt. Yes. Another thing I want to add to this, issue coming up is that I believe that an insider might be involved. Seeing what people are writing now, some people will be writing all sorts of things concerning airplanes, that they delay flight, cancel flight without impunity, and a whole lot of them allegations against. Why are these things coming up now? That is the question we ask ourselves. I believe that probably some insiders or an insider might be, fueling this issue. But however, like I said, one with God is majority. So far, your hands are clean. Nothing will happen to you. Thank you for listening. Until I come your way next time, I'm teaching you. Bye.